So this is the demo for KindleLike application, which lets you browse through books just like Kindle. So first things first, selecting a book file from a list of books. So I've coded a feature where you can select files based on your file manager. So I've copied two samples from my desktop to the tablet, to my Android tablet, and selecting one, it will render the text file as such, and you just have to swipe left, right, and then swipe left to return, swipe right to view the succeeding pages. So this book 1 takes up 12 pages. You just have to swipe left to return. Let's just validate that it is actually rendering up until the end. So the last character is yun, at Feliz. Molesti. Feliz. Okay. So this is 12 pages. Let's go back. And then select the second book. So the second book, you can see that it's being rendered in the same manner. And unlike the first book, this book actually takes up more pages. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. This actually is much longer, taking up 24 pages. Let's double check if we have rendered the end of the document or the text file, the book file. Tinkidon non lectus. Yeah. So this concludes the end of our demo for the KindleLike application. So code-wise, so this project was made using React Native and Expo. The topmost part of the application is being wrapped by a navigator from React Navigation. So I have created a stack navigator, and I use two screens, home screen and reader screen. Home screen is this Kindle application home screen, and the second screen is the actual book itself. So I made the initial route to be the home screen, added a title of KindleLike to the header, although in the home screen I have not shown the navigation header, and I wrap the navigator in the app container function. So in the home screen, this is that screen. There is the file reader. So this is the title, and this is the file reader component. So this file reader has two props. Title prop, which I use to select to display the text as the label on the button or touchable opacity. And on file submit is a callback handler, which uh, which receives which function to perform when the file has been selected. So in this case, when the file has been selected, when the text file has been selected, I will return that string value from the file reader component and navigate to reader route, which will go to reader screen, sending the value of the file. So what is inside the file reader? So inside the file reader, I've taken the two props, destructured them to make it more concise, and I have just two components. So it's touchable opacity and text. So when we press this, it will trigger a function, read book file, and then this is where the title prop goes. So inside the book file, I used a document picker package from Expo, although there is also a native document picker. I used the get document async function, but I added a uh, option to only accept plain text files, so that the user cannot accidentally enter a wrong file format. Then it will return a promise containing the file. So that file is actually the file that we selected. And then I will parse the file by using another package from from Expo. Although there is also a native package, which is the file system. It will have a function read as string async. If you give it the URI or the file path, it will return a promise containing the string value, and I added a function which will be the callback. I will call the function on file submit and then send the string value, which will be sent to the home screen, where it will be part of the navigation props. I added catch to help in error handling, and that's it for the file reader component. So after we have sent our string value, we will now proceed to the reader screen. So in the reader screen, we receive a navigation parameter, the file one, and then all we have to do in this screen is render a component called book generator. So the book generator is the one that we see here, where it generates pages of our file. So let's go to the component called book generator. The only prop it will receive is the file or the string value. So the book generator, in the book generator uh, component, I have received my book prop or the string value of the text file. So there's a bit of code and some computation that's been spent in performing the partition between pages, but let me just explain briefly the overview of the entire code. So this uh, this code this constant is the number of lines that can be supported by the screen. So given that I made it a large font, I have designated the number of lines to be at least up unto 25 only. And then the characters per line, I have used a formula called characters per line that helps me find the number of characters that should be supported per line. And then taking all those into account, I divide the book length. So the book length is the number of characters that I have the number of characters that are in the string file or the text file. I divide that to get the number of partitions per page. How many pages are needed rather. Then we we have a function that will generate those book parts. So the book parts take in a parameter of book. It will have a array called book parts list. This will store each view. So this will store each component, each page component. So we assign a temporary value called book part, which will hold the book value. And what we'll do is slice the text as a string file part by part according to our characters per line that is available per line and the total number of available lines. Okay? So we keep slicing and push we push a view component with a text component. So this is the first text and this is the second text which acts as the page number. So this is the text content. This contains the sliced piece of the text file. We push that to the array. So it will have 12 parts for book 1. It will have 12 components of view dynamically generated based on the slice value from the string. So in order to keep on slicing through the parts, we assigned uh, the new value of book part to be the value after we have sliced through the first part. So if I gathered parts from 0 to up until the first partition, the new value will continue from the part of the text file that has not been sliced already by the previous code in order to keep on partitioning the text file. So after that loop, it will now have 12 views inside our view pager, which was from a view pager package from npm.js. And then in this part of the component, I will generate those book parts based on the book prop that I received from reader screen. So at the end of the code, when this is generated, it will have 12 components dynamically generated based from the text file, which the view pager conveniently allows us to swipe left and right up until the last page. So that's it for the codes. So this is the demo and explanation of the code for KindleLike. Thank you very much.